This is Damon Stevens with Been with Billers. Today is March 1st, 2022. This was our Tuesday in the market, and let's review what happened in the market today. And sorry for the audio, I am traveling, but definitely still want to get these videos out to you so that you can have this information for your trading each day. And we did trade the market today. So let's get right into it and see kind of what happened and what we'll look for the next day. So I brought up the VIX here right away. Right up front here, so you can see this, that the VIX, we talk about this, watching this every pre-market, every day, to see if it's going to spike up or what direction the market's going to go. And you'd see that we did have a nice spike up, from this 29, where it pulled back last night, it spiked right back up, over 33. So you see here that we're back up and we're rising every day, got higher high end here, or higher low. So, but we're moving up higher every day. So, I mean, if we continue this path, again, the market's going to continue pulling back. So tomorrow morning, if we are still above this 32 level, look for possibly another down day tomorrow, possibly another retracement. See here, the SPY looks like it might be sitting here, but the moving averages are curling down. We did not close above the 200. We're right at the support level. So about 428. If we break this level tomorrow, look for possible support at 424 and 420. And if it breaks down more down this breakdown candle, because it's very common to see, a stock retrace. So if we get into this candle, very well, we could either retrace half of this down to 420 or retrace that entire candle at least down to 411. If we break below that, 404 would be the next level. So just watch tomorrow. This looks more bearish right now, but that level 427, 428 area is going to be critically deciding, do we short tomorrow or are we going to go long? So we'll watch that in the morning. Looking at the overall market, you can see we just kind of trickled down and then just went flat. And NASDAQ, same thing. So Dow Jones was down 1.76%, NASDAQ down 1.59%, and S&P 500 down 1.55%. So basically retraced the last breakup candle. We have a huge breakup candle from last week, so hopefully we can, do we retrace that one? It's possible. You see here across the map, it's pretty red across the board, except for energy. Energy did really well today, and we'll get into that in a little bit here. But definitely down market, financial market really, really down. So let's kind of look at some of these charts here. So MULN did hit the scanner in pre-market, but it didn't do anything. By the time the market opened up, it was headed down and it just went down all day. I did kind of keep an eye on it just in case it had a pop. It didn't, it just kind of sold off. So didn't really spend a lot of attention and time on that once we knew it was not going to rig up to new highs. And looking at the earnings, today was a big earnings day for us. So we had SOFI, AMC, Plug Power, Salesforce, Wish, Dutch Bros, After Hours, Target this morning, Badu. I traded a little bit of Target, but it just did not move like I wanted it to. Same with Badu. So, didn't get a lot of these, but we did trade each one of those and got a little bit of success off each one, but not enough to write home about. But NEO here, you can see here, it's nice and flats under that 20. It's not broken up there. It's actually it closed on the low, so it very likely could come down here and retrace back down towards this 1931 area. So just watching for that. Amazon pretty much flat, but also closing on the low right here. So if we break this level here on Amazon around this 3022, we could start to retrace this big old breakup candle and start to head back down. So just something to be aware of tomorrow as the market opens, to see if we're going to gap up or we're going to gap down or possibly just go flat. And if we go flat here, then, we could put some flags in here. So looking at Google here, we're still above the 200, between the 200 and the 20 and kind of flat. We have this breakup candles. If we break below the 200 around 2660, we could start to retrace this candle. I mean, it'd be a down day. If we break above the 20 at 2698, we could actually start to head back up towards the 50 moving average, around this 2750 range. Apple closed on the bottom of our support line here. So if it breaks 163, we could be retracing this breakup candle. may come down clear back to the 200 here at 153.63. If we can hold this and bounce off this, then we have a little bit of resistance at 167 to break through, and then possibly then be able to climb back up towards highs here at 176. Boeing, hit the 200, bounced off that, failed, came back down, retraced, almost half of this candle pretty much. And so, tomorrow very well likely could come down to 188. If it breaks 188, 183 is on the list. If it breaks that down, our trend line, it's 180.25. So looking to see if we get a bounce here or if we hold. Looking at ExxonMobil, so XOM, you see here we broke out of our downward trend line, and that's what we were waiting for. So now looking to see if we go back towards this high towards 82. If it doesn't, it could possibly fail and come back down to the 20 at 77.17. NVDA failed to break over the 20 today, came right back down to the 200, sitting right on the 200. If we break that down, you can see that we've already started this breakdown candle. Very well likely we could come down here, find support around 218. If we break that, 210 will be the next level down here. Facebook flat, closing down on the day. Got this candle here where we closed yesterday. The low on here is 203.44. So if we can break back up, we could go towards 220. If not, we may be heading back down. RK flat today. So it's still above yesterday's close, just right pretty much at it. If we get below yesterday's close, very likely we could come back down to the lows here around 60 or 57. We break up towards over 178, over the 78.70.25 here, we could break up to the north here on the 200. Tesla sitting here flat. You can see it looked like it tried to break up over our trend line and the 20 and failed. So it's below here. It's right between the 200 and the 20. So you can see this is common across several of these charts here where the 200 and 20 is kind of a sandwich of the stock. So if they break above the 20, there's a potential long there. If it breaks below the 200, then a potential short is on the docket. Continue to subscribe to us and like our videos so we can continue bringing these to you. And I'll be back in town tomorrow night, so I will be able to update the videos and bring better audio to you. And also updates on kind of how the market traded just tomorrow. So the bond coming down. So we're breaking down here. We're down in this 176 range. So that's good. It's good that the bonds are coming down here. That hopefully will help money flow back into the market and help to give us a boost there. Oil, big old huge. We broke out this. We talked about this yesterday. We broke out back up into this upper zone here above our trend line, and we've exploded to 110, and now we're kind of sitting here 105. But hit that 110 mark or close to it. Now we're 107.17, so 110 very likely to be hit here soon. If we break above that, then we'll be looking up here, 115, 120. It's very likely though with this big breakup candle, kind of like the other charts, you could see retracement back down here too, possibly to this 100 level at some point. The dollar's elevated but flat, right on the top of our trend line here. So we could possibly break up to newer highs here. If the dollar continues to rise, that's not good for inflation and for the market. So very likely if we continue to elevate the dollar, you could see the market continue to go down and maybe to new lows. So we talked about the VIX. So watch the VIX in the morning. That'll hopefully tell you which direction the market's going. SPY, critical support again. 428, it's critical that we hold this and bounce off this. If not, it's a shorting opportunity because we may be going back to lows or new lows. Triple Qs also at support between our trend line and the 20. If we get above the 20, we can break up towards 360. If we break this trend line, then 334, and then we down this candle here, clear down to 318. Semiconductors. Pull back here as well. So rolling back down, we almost retraced the half the candle. The next support line would be this 256. If we break that, now you're down at 249. If you break that down, now you're 249.36 is really the bottom right here. So looking to see if we can continue to hold this. It does almost look like it's a, downward sloping triangle. So if this is a wedge down here, we could possibly break back out of here at some point. But right now the momentum is down to the downside. Dow Jones pulled back as well. You can see here we tried to break over some of this resistance. We've not. We're below all the moving averages and we failed. And we're back down. We tagged the bottom of our trend line. If we break this trend line at 331, it's very likely to come down here to 322 or lower. IWM, you can see it bounced off our trend line, so it's good. It failed on the 20 to get above the 20 and hold, but it did stay above our trend line. So hopefully we can hold this 200 level and get a bounce back up. If we break below it, we got a short on our hands. XLF. So XLF, you can see here, looks like it's put on double bottom, below all the moving averages, below the trend line. So we can bounce back up above that trend line, 3750, and start to rally back up, then we're okay. If not, we could be coming lower. Although, it looks like we have some good support across the board. You can see back here in December, January, February, and now here in March, same levels. So we should hopefully bounce off here. Otherwise, if we don't, that shows a lot of weakness because it was a strong support. XLE, so energy, we're above our trend line. We broke out of here. So this is kind of where we're consolidating for a few weeks. We broke out to new highs. So now we got a new channel started. So high is 72.49. Looking to see if we can go to 75.76 on this next move. Healthcare, XLV, just kind of within this zone here, above the 15, below the 20. So we got to break the 20. We can start to rally back up to higher highs. If not, then we're breaking down possibly to the 50 at 127 or down to even to this support line down here at 124. XLK, the technology, right here in critical support, partially down into this this breakup candle. So it's very likely we could trace at least half of this, if not more of it. So next support would be 150. Next one down below that's 146 and 141. Bitcoin is just kind of holding right here at the 100. If we continue to break above this, the next goal is to get above the 200. Get above this 46,000 level. If not, we could break back down to 50 to around 41,000. Ethereum, it's just kind of following Bitcoin. So if we can break above this 50 moving average, we should be able to rally up to at least 3,100. And if we break that, then 3,200 would be next. If we break down from there, then 2822 would be the support line. CRO, flat, basically sandwiched between the 50 and the 20. So we got to get broke above the 50, this 44.93, then we can start to rally up towards the 100. If we fail and then come back below the 20, then you at 43, now you're coming back here, possibly clear down here to 35. So that's the cryptos, that's the stock market. You're really careful out there. It's really volatile. It's really hard. It's really choppy too. So be careful out there. Trade the smaller sizes. I can't give you a recommendation because we're not an advisory service, but just telling you what I see and what I'm looking for in the market. But just be careful out there. And we will talk tomorrow night and see how you did on the trades and see where we close out and plan our next day. Everybody have a great night.